to Smite. My name's Bart. This is Brandon. It's Dignitas versus Atlanta Conspiracy coming up here live from Atlanta, Georgia. Brandon had a little bit of an issue in the bathroom.
I was helping Hinduman get his bow
couldn't
tie
get
off.
his bow tie off. And it was an all-hands-on-deck situation. Welcome to the desk, my friend.
All of you. All right, so London Conspiracy coming up next against Dignitas. Dignitas in a better spot than they were yesterday after the announcement that more teams get to go to LAN.
Yeah, I guess so. They are, aren't they? Variety, FrostiaK, ShadowNightmare, FrezzOO, and iRens.
Now, it was originally 4 per region. Now it's 6 per region.
Yes.
This makes it a lot more contentious for that 6th spot, considering the fact that Dig was not in a position where they were really vying
they're 2 and
for that
7
spot. Right. So now, things are a little bit better for them.
Let's look at London Conspiracy. A little bit better this time around. 4-4 so far in the season, I would say.
This team has been doing a lot better than people have been giving them credit, or at least at the beginning. Zashu and SoggySandal joined this crew and have performed, I think, very well comparatively to their counterparts who once left the team. People thought this team was going to die. You know, we talked about Suntouch and Snakeskin. They put a lot of work into this team, but SoggySandal so far to me has been beyond very impressive. I feel like this player has been almost even the star of the team.
Yeah, we saw Zashu. The last game I cast with Zashu in it, he played the Hades, and it was pretty bad.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, it was. I mean, basically, he was using Death from Below to farm. It just seemed like he didn't really understand the matchup that he was in that well. Like, he just constantly got picked by using his movement ability to farm when you have Shroud of Darkness. It just felt like, oh, let's pick Hades because he's good, not because Zashu's actually good at it.
I think it's right now really hard to be a solo laner because the healers just came back into the meta. Bluestone, what?
Because the pool.
The pool is insane.
Okay.
Right? The healers just came back into the meta for real, and then you have the Bluestone making all the warriors really good, and still the assassins can be decent as well. Mages are coming back. We're seeing things like Nua happen a lot. I mean, your god pool has to be the biggest in the game again. Not that it already wasn't, but it's like doubled.
Well, and it's even more and more being refined into an outplay scenario. Like when you see those more risky gods come out. When it was just Guardians, like if you died as your Sobek versus their Athena, you know.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
She's 400 gold ahead of me.
Yeah, no big deal. But now all of a sudden when it's Wukong or Thor or a Wheelish or some kind of crazy assassin in your lane.
If a Wheelish kills you, the game's
over.
over.
And you're Nua, you know, and it's like, well, it's so topsy-turvy. But we're getting this one going. Dignitas is going to ban away Hell and Janus. Kepri going on the side of London Conspiracy. Final ban pending.
I don't know what I'm expecting. Sir Cat was available, as you see her go away. Bologna, Wukong is probably the big one for me right now. I am expecting Dig to pick this one up. I know that Zashu loves Wukong, so this would be not only a respect pick, but hopefully a comfort pick for them as well as a meta pick. I mean, he's super strong right now, and there he comes.
There he is, the king of the monkeys. Will we see Dignitas pick the Guan Yu as well and try to run the Titan?
Oh, I see. I don't know, man. That's super janky.
Is it?
It really is. I mean, the lane, you win the lane, but in endgame, you're risking.
Well, you got to put the hunter somewhere else.
Right.
That's I think the failing of the strat that we've seen a couple times is that if you don't pick the hunter somewhere else, you end up going to try to take a tower, and you're just like, what are we doing?
We can't get towards the tower.
Maybe you can bridge it with a Nua. Maybe.
See, I think you need a hunter, and right now there are not a lot of hunters in the solo lane that are going to do well, considering warriors with Bluestone are just going to rush them down.
Take Old Man Kronos.
Okay. I do like Kronos, actually. I do like Kronos.
That's what we saw Paradigm run.
Aphrodite going to be picked up here.
Ooh.
Good pick. You know, flex, especially if you consider Titan strategy, technically playing 3 roles right now. And Fenrir. Okay, and link them together, and life couldn't be any better.
Yeah, brutalize plus back off.
Yeah, while being healed and invincible and increased damage
Not
from jealousy. Like, this is the nightmare. So now anything that Team Dignitas picks has to be considering the fact that these two are going to be linked up. So when you're looking at mages, I mean, obviously Habwa's off the table because holy crap.
What? Were we going to see the Habwa? It wasn't for the Aphrodite?
I mean, it's Europe.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
They do whatever they want. Freya.
Maybe we'll see a little Anubis coming in, too.
Oh, come on. Hopefully not.
Well, you don't like Anubis?
No, I don't.
Mid lane Anubis?
Thor, good pick. Teleport and stun to deal with Fenrir's nonsense. Very good. Freya, can banish and bring herself into the air to stop Fenrir as well. So 2 good picks. Wukong can deal with Fenrir pretty well. London Conspiracy should be trying for counter picks here. Sylvanus.
Solo lane.
No, it's not. Not again. Stop it. It's not a thing.
Solo lane Sylvanus.
See, like, I like what Ataraxia does with it. He's like, I'm going to build Telkines, and I'm going to go even or win this lane. But then you have endgame Sylvanus trying to be a carry, and that's just not a thing. Right?
Odin selected to be banned away by London Conspiracy there. They don't want their healers to be shut out.
See, this is what's confusing to me, is they pick Sylvanus onto an Aphrodite Fenrir team. This is insanely healing heavy. Taking things like Odin away are going to be good. I really want to see a Sobek here, possibly even with a Divine Ruin.
Why
or
not Osiris?
A Nuwa Divine Ruin. Nuwa ban, okay.
Osiris.
Osiris, yeah, Lord of the Afterlife can also do very well.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. What about Alpwash?
Alpwash could be good here, but Alpwash will get killed by Fenrir repeatedly.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, a lot. He has no inherent stuns.
Which means you have to keep your Thor in the mid lane.
Which happens a lot, but if Fenrir gets to the back line and he can't be CC'd because of Aphrodite...
Show me the Pwash.
Alpwash does.
Show me the Pwash.
Don't show me the Pwash.
ShadowNightmare is going to play Poseidon.
ShadowNightmare's like Genesis band, I quit.
Isis.
Kukuklkan.
Yo.
Okay, so Fenrir...
Same matchup versus Fenrir's Pwash, for that matter.
Although, if you brutalize and you don't cancel that quickly enough, you're eating a dragon.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to eat a dragon real quick. I really hope we see the training wheels. I love training wheels combos.
Let's see. Dignitas. They need a hunter, maybe?
Athena. Well, they got Freya. What is training wheel? Oh, okay. Production asks what training wheels is. It's when you use Fist of the Gods to set up all those moves that you should be hitting anyway. Like Spirit of the Nine Winds.
He's not going to buy us.
So you blink, you fist, and then you just hit him with the ult guaranteed. It's the training wheels combo.
Also known as the Brad Weir.
Yeah, Brad is in our ear going, that's what I built.
That's the Mad Cuz Brad build. And
there's the Chronos that you wanted.
I wanted it, and I got it. Not in this composition, but I got it nonetheless.
So Chronos Xbalanque, probably the best damage that you're going to get on towers in the game. Right there.
Yeah, Bolas bonus.
Chronos getting that accelerate bonus, hitting the towers for 250, 400.
Nuwa would help too, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true. Back getting those minions in there as well.
Percent reduction.
And that, that flame strike on the tower, right? Right?
Oh, those were the days.
Is that still something?
Pecky's just shed a tear.
Yeah, rip Pecky's.
Becky told me he's starting up a new YouTube series. It's going to be Bronze to Masters Kumba Solo.
Yeah, I'm excited, I guess.
That's not a joke.
Dig versus London. 6 spots now available for LAN, which means Dig needs a win here.
Also, shout out to Sandboxer. The Kukuklkan 3D print that I have is really cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that skin.
Is it new?
Newish. I'll show it to you. It's in my office.
Where's my Chang'e?
Chang'e?
Where is she?
She's in the game.
Little bunny.
Yeah, the bunny's not included.
Oh, man.
You gotta buy the bunny separately.
I'm fine with that.
A standalone $60 3D printed bunny.
I'd buy it.
5.5 inches tall.
I have like 4 different like Chang'e fan arts done in my
commissioned?
In my office. Well, people have commissioned for me.
I know you got Kayla to do one, right?
Yeah. Kayla did the Kelsey's Chang'e one.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
Aw.
So Bluestone Pendant coming out for Wukong. Definitely not unexpected. Freya going into the Fatalis. Xbalanque going into the Transcendence. This looks like a very normal start across the board here.
Meta start.
Yeah, very meta start. And we have 2 standard openings on the jungle starts as well. So everyone really playing this one close to the chest. Like, just super safe.
Yeah, I mean, well, are these teams good enough to get fancy?
I think with the extra land spots opening up, they both just want to like play to their strengths, not show their cards just yet until it's super necessary. And now that Dig has kind of been given a second chance at life here, they're going to play this as comfortably as possible until they don't have to anymore. Or they're not allowed to anymore, I guess.
Yeah. Good point. I mean, Dignitas only with 2 wins so far in the split. But they are still doing a bit better.
Are you sure?
Yeah, aren't they?
Is it only 2?
I think it's 2. And
I feel like they just won a game. And it brought them up to 3. Or 4 even.
No.
Are they
4?
Really? Production?
Dignitas? 4? Well, let's take a look at the game here. What do you see, Brandon?
I mean, I thought he was going to go in and hit those archers real quick. But, I mean, we have a pretty normal, Athena versus Sylvanus matchup. This is very common. Xbalanque and Freya have both been coming very common as well, considering hyper carries are becoming more and more effective in the endgame. So I really like the endgame potential here from London Conspiracy with the Kronos Xbalanque, one of them attaching to the Aphrodite and then still having the control from Fenrir and Sylvanus. Across the way, they have the semi-global and global presence, which they need to use as much as possible. Zashu taking a lot of damage, though. Oh, my God.
6 and 6 for LC, yeah, and 2 and 10 Team Dignitas.
2 and 10?
Yeah, behind the 4 and 10 Myrmidons.
Jeez. I mean, that's very unexpected, especially with the way that Dignitas, started off last split.
Yeah.
They were incredible.
They were taking games at the big boys.
Having trouble, though. A lot of that, I look to FrostiaK. He has had nowhere near the split or even season that he had last season.
None of them
before
have.
Worlds.
ShadowNightmare he had a couple performances in the last split that were like,
well, I think he's doing all
out
right.
of control snowballs.
He went 0-0, 9 in
no, he's
one
doing fine.
game.
I'm just saying, the last split, he carried this team to a couple wins.
Yeah, but he also had FrostiaK playing out of his mind. FrostiaK in this split is playing almost at Challenger's level, it seems.
Ooh.
It just doesn't seem to me like he's bringing that same level of flair and control, that same scariness of, we have to ban Ymir here or we're going to lose the game, right? You don't think that when you see FrostiaK
That's very
anymore.
true. I mean, he used to, you're right. I mean, he was a feared presence on the Ymir, and it used to be kind of like, who's going to play the Ymir on this team? Because you had FrostiaK and FrezzOO. Even Variety would play it in the solo here and there.
But Variety having a decent start here, making sure to utilize that Bluestone pendant. And it looks to me like he spent a decent amount of gold. Can we see gold in hand? I'm sorry, left a little bit in his pockets there. You'll see him at about 1160 right now. So no, he did spend all of that money early on. It looks like maybe even on potions.
Yeah, just burning through them.
That's very strange that he's been forced to use that many potions.
Wrath of Terror going to come out in the dual lane here just for some harass. Get Shaggyshenk a bit of room to farm.
Got him.
Oh, no. This could be a kill now onto iRens as the pull comes in. One more in-hand on mark for Shaggyshenk. He tries to move forward and find it.
Oh, and he's going to take 2 big tower shots.
Yeah, that looked like it was his ultimate that was affecting him there.
A little bit, yeah.
It was like he couldn't figure out who to hit.
Ren's getting level 5, meaning Valkyrie's Discretion is online, but
big.
Through the wisps and without help, I don't see that happening.
Zashu's
First Blood has a chance here.
No.
Oh, what in the
They went in blind.
world?
They didn't have vision of that, actually, and Zashu's just going to get the free rewind, but he will be back in the pot. But yeah, I don't know what I was trying to go for there.
Zashu's still pretty much caught, though.
Yeah, Zashu dies.
There's 11 people over here trying to get this First Blood. SoggySandal jumps through.
Sure, why not?
And no, he's not going to find it. I like the attempt there, but I think he recognized the fact that if he picked up Kukuklkan, he probably would have died for it, considering his jump was down, Brutalized wasn't going to get him far. What's up?
He could have picked up cut anyone.
Well, I mean, he would have at least brought someone into the tower. Kukuklkan just would have beads out immediately and broken his CC immunity.
Oh, that's right. He had, yeah, okay.
That level 1 beads,
I see what you're getting at. Holding the beads.
But Aero going to get the left side camps here. Dignitas, strong start. Focusing the Kronos is probably their best bet. I don't see Shaggyshenk getting a kill in this lane anytime soon with his ult being down. And given the fact that they're shutting down another hyper carry, who's also not having a decent matchup against Sun Wukong, is probably the best start that they could have.
Ren's is definitely gankable, right? I mean, you get the poison darts out, get the dot ticking, get the Thor stun.
Right.
I'm sorry, the Fenrir stun as well.
He's gankable, but at the same time, I don't see him being ganked. I don't see Sandal rotating to that side of the map. It's not very common that we see Sandal going to duo.
Certainly not compared to killing a Kronos, who doesn't have any natural escape.
Not to mention that rewinds down. That's a very long cooldown. Can we actually check Kronos real quick and see where we are? Yeah, 43 more seconds until that's online. I want to see him just getting whittled down. We should see Variety ignoring the creep wave and just sending shot after shot after shot into Zashu. By the time that ultimate comes up, if he's even still alive at that point, the heal is going to be irrelevant and he can get bursted.
Well, we didn't mention this very much at the onset, but it is one of the more tame mid lane matchups that you're going to see in this game. It's,
this is...
I put down my 3 and run to my tower, the game.
Yeah,
Vulcan,
actually.
He clears with the tornadoes and... Well, the birds do the job for Aphrodite, and then you run back to your tower because you don't want to get ganked by the Fenrir and the Thor.
And they both have the same aspect of, I can put this down before the creeps are fully in position, and they'll walk into it.
Persistent, ground-based AoE dots once you're affected.
And both of them have more than enough damage to clear the wave at this point. The level 5 tornadoes, or plus, of course, even though a small amount of damage that he has on the board with those 3 items, is going to be more than enough. And then level 7, or I guess level 4 birds with the pen boots is enough to clear the archers. So neither of them are going to be gankable at pretty much any point anymore.
Beads 3 already out for Kukuklkan as well. And you can
Very
see Aphrodite has beads plus Undying Love, so both of them respecting the other side's jungler.
I want to see Fenrir. I mean, I want to see Fen, get connected, jump in, get some damage off. He should have followed with the ult there. He doesn't. I mean, he saw that FrostiaK came in. I mean, he should have went for that one.
Yeah, the SoggySandal ultimate was down there.
Oh, that's big.
Perhaps. And Variety dies to the Wrath of Terror damage. And a kiss, you're right. I mean, it's that kiss damage.
It's out of position right there. I mean, there was no reason for him to be where he was. It was a beautiful pull right after from EmilZy, and they were able to follow up with enough damage to get the kill before the ultimate actually commits. And unlike ARES, though, just starting the ult's not enough. He's still going to have that available to him.
And now SoggySandal can just be basically the proxy farmer for Aero as he sits back. Uses the bird to clear the wave, and a back off onto Fenrir, who's a little bit more resilient than she. Also, the Undying Love always available. In the meantime, Zashu finds himself some free farm.
Oh, right side camps. Going to be contested
a fight here?
Yeah, Aero and Sandal are rotating
ShadowNightmare is positioning himself like he wants to ult. They have a ward here as well that sees this rotation.
Undying Love will destroy that ult, though.
The Undying Love laughs at the ultimate.
Right side, it looks like you're going to go to blue. The red boys think that that's probably not a good idea to fight, and they were definitely right in that regard. Also, look at this rotation again. Poor Zashu.
Zashu, does he even have rewind this time? He's going to try to kite them away from where his rewind's going to go.
He gets a lot, but I don't... He's got to hit a... Okay, bye-bye. Oh, maybe not.
Not the best positioning there.
Not the best wall either.
Yeah. I think he's getting a little sloppy now on the side of Dignitas. Aero's over here now. I don't think they can secure this kill now with Aphrodite here.
Undying Love was perfect. EmilZy's kind of out of position, though. Into the tower you go. FrostiaK's in a lot of trouble.
It's a dead FrostiaK.
Yes, it is. Soggy credited with the kill.
Okay, so Dignitas dropped it.
Zashu, how did... I mean, I think that comes
well,
down
what happened
to
was
FrostiaK, right?
It was FrezzOO, I think. So FrezzOO taunts him and then runs a little bit, and the communication wasn't there with ShadowNightmare. So the ultimate ended up being off target, just a bit. Accelerate gets him out of there. And then, yeah, you're right. The wall coming up from FrostiaK cuts off the team from being able to secure it, making time for the rotation, and ultimately the kills on the side of
he didn't use the ultimate.
Oh, you.
I'm
so glad.
That was great. Yeah, but this goes back to our original discussion of FrostiaK. It's like, would Season 1 FrostiaK have messed that wall up? I don't think so. I think Season 1 FrostiaK was... He was the best jungler until Repikas got that quadra kill with Kali and made life something new.
Well, life is something new for Renz here. He'll get quite a bit of farm now out of this. As he doesn't solo him down, but he does get the solo kill on to Sun Wukong. Athena had already backed at that point, so it is full experience gain.
Not to mention the Golden Hand's about to hit 1600, which means he can back now, wait a few seconds, and get those full boots online. Instead, he chooses beads and not the full boots. A little bit curious. SoggySandal getting pressured here. There's the wall.
Trying to find his way to leap away.
Did he hit the... Oh, I think he landed in that tornado.
Did he? Did he get
took
hit by
like
it? Well,
one tick,
the
yeah.
cudgel killed him.
Yeah, I think the one tick brought him to that point, though. Even so, like, I love the kiss coming out from Aero. The big play there, Aero needed to ult first before the kiss. Not a lot of people recognize that if you ult before throwing the kiss out, the remaining portion of Undying Love will still apply to the player. We have actually only seen it done one time on purpose in competitive play, and that was Kiki in Season 1.
Good old Key. I remember that play.
The kiss over the wall.
Kiss over the wall.
Onto the Geb was incredible. It was probably the best Aphrodite play to date.
No. ShadowQ.
ShadowQ's ability to stand in someone's blind spot and have them miss abilities is not impressive. Is not as impressive. It's certainly impressive.
It's pretty impressive.
Certainly impressive, but not as impressive as a blind kiss over the wall ult activation to save the Geb. Maybe it was spoiled by the fact that Incon went back in and killed himself afterwards. Left side, once again, Shaggyshenk getting some experience here. Now down a kill. You'll see there's not too much of an experience difference. iRens about to hit into level 12 here. Shaggyshenk shouldn't be too far behind, if at all. Oh, and he went into Ninja Tabby, Bart. Not Warrior Tabby.
Okay, attack speed.
Yeah, on Xbalanque, I think I like this, considering normally it's somewhere between a 2 and 6% difference in DPS, depending on who you're fighting and what items they have.
I can make up numbers too, Brandon.
No, it's accurate. Damn it, Bart.
But the real reason here is that before you get Aussie, you just have nothing.
Well, I was thinking Xbalanque has inherent power in 2 parts of his kits and no inherent attack speed.
Well, it's just when you build Transcendence, yeah, they have enough damage to take out Zashu. When you build Transcendence, if you don't build attack speed boosts on Xbalanque, you're left with nothing until you get Aussie.
Oh, look at this.
Some Wukong's ported over. Yeah, they want to contest this, and they will do successfully.
Beautiful play. I mean, that's what you need, right?
Good game sense from London Conspiracy there to actually disengage. I'm not sure how they knew Variety was coming in.
That 100% is how you use Thor ult. He rotates to the right side using that global ultimate, and then they send the global presence with Wukong to the other side of the map, and it's taken. Team Dignitas in a good spot.
EmilZy, 4-man Wrath of Terra here, but up in the sky already is iRens. The follow-up coming. ShadowNightmare is down. Shaggyshenk surging forward. A couple shots on iRens. He misses one, misses two, hits the third. That could have very easily been a kill. Dropped by Shaggyshenk.
And they're actually going to trade out EmilZy for ShadowNightmare there. Small win for London in that regard, but obviously Team Dignitas is going to take the Gold Fury, and with that, a decent chunk of gold. Looks about 2,500 in the lead now.
And a good farming space created for FrostiaK there. He got 2 waves plus a lot of tower damage.
Zashu's in a spot, man. I mean, that's what it comes down to. He's on Chronos, he's behind in level, he's behind in gold, and at this point, he doesn't have that same level of rotation. Like I was talking about before, they rotate over Thor, and then they immediately rotate out Wukong while Thor still pressures the tower. I mean, that kind of communication and play, that's the kind of play that you're going to need to beat teams like Epsilon, compete with teams like Titan. If Dig can keep that up, there's a chance that we can not only see them at the LAN, but we can actually see them placing at Worlds.
Yeah?
I mean, if they play like that, yes.
That was pretty, yeah.
That was a flawless engagement. And the fact that they only lost one person, and it was the Kukuklkan that had to commit his ult to guarantee the Gold Fury, that's a huge win.
Zashu in a lot of trouble again. Too
Oh,
much burst.
jeez, man.
That's what happens when you max Mjolnir's attunement.
That is the combo. That was
Cat
stun, and then just damage while everything was happening.
Free tower here as well for the Thor. Ultimate not used from FrostiaK either, importantly there. Now back up and available to gank the mid lane.
So, you know, when you go back and do analysis, you always try to pick out, like, all right, where did things start to fall apart? And, like, sometimes you even try to point the finger. In this case, I'm pointing the finger at Bart for saying they should have picked Chronos.
That was my fault. Commentator's curse. Yeah, I mean, I think probably the most suspect thing going on right now is Zashu's choice to go into the Bancroft's Talon over the, well,
Breastplate?
Several options. Breastplate of Valor or the Mail of Renewal.
The issue is if you do things like that early on,
yeah, you do nothing.
You are useless. Like, Chronos without damage is, oh
yeah, you're right.
My.
If you would have gone for that, I probably would have been like, well, maybe you should have gone for some more damage. This situation.
Either way, it comes out to
like this.
Maybe he should have done this. Like, maybe Wukong is just really strong and Chronos just doesn't have a good time.
Thor's up. Aero is the target here. Can they do enough damage in time? Undying Love comes out, as does the Beats. Okay, sure.
Mjolnirs gets sent in a different direction there. Not a lot of damage done. All 5 members of Dig grouped up in the mid lane.
Aero just panicked, like maximum panic.
And they're diving. Look at this. Rents, are you going to go for it?
No.
Very surprising.
Oh, that's a great Thor wall, though. How fortuitous that is for FrostiaK, who instantly explodes. Hammer up into the air. EmilZy just missed that, and they're going to get those tornadoes onto several targets here. Athena going to taunt them back in as well and keep that going. The rewind comes out from Zashu to try to deal. Up into the cloud goes Variety, and that should be the end of the fight for the moment. But yeah, Aero used his B3 and Undying Love when that Thor came in there. And if you've seen Aero and you've seen some of the pictures he's taken of himself, not to mention the Omen Challengers getting hit with the airbags, just seeing him panic is a very funny thing. It's making me chuckle inside. He's dead.
So completely out of position.
That's why you don't use your beads and your ultimate to get out of 1 CC.
Yep, that was the panic. I mean, just like Bart said, he panicked big time, and there was no way out of that. Once he was moved up to that halfway point and any 2 people were paying attention, he was going to die. He didn't have enough health. He didn't have any form of CC immunity, and she is not a very quick character. Aphrodite, unless she is attached to someone, has no inherent escapes whatsoever. It's all just CC applications, and there was no way she was going to stop 4 people.
Is this the first Kukulkan we're seeing this year?
The first coupon?
Kukulkan that we see in this split.
It's like buy one, get one free tornadoes?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's the first one.
It's maybe the second. I don't think we've seen a lot. And it's not a character that's known to be very powerful in the current meta, but, you know, I talk about it a lot. If you build the comp around him, I think there's a lot of potential. And given the fact that they have Thor protecting, they have Wukong protecting, they have a ton of poke damage, and they have taunt, right? That's the big deal. If someone doesn't have CC immunity or some way to break CC and they get taunted, they're getting hit by that Serpent, and they're just going to die.
Taunt, Serpent of the 9 wins.
Yeah.
9 wins also. From the tornadoes.
Yes.
It can hurt.
It'll do more than hurt. It'll kill you.
It stacks up quickly, too. Not to mention the character's built-in synergy with the Book of Thoth, which he now has completed and on its way to the stacks.
Speaking of Book of Thoth, we're actually seeing one built from Aphrodite as well. An item that I think is a little bit strange in the current meta for Aphrodite, especially considering that Aero a few times would have required something like movement speed or defense. I feel like this is not going to give him the level of control that he needs. Again, I was expecting something like Mail of Renewal.
Mail of Renewal, very, 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 very good item.
15% cooldown reduction, it's health, physical protection, and then, of course, 20% healing. And mana.
And mana, yeah.
Which is important because her Soul Link, her passive, is going to give that mana to somebody else as well. 30% of it.
Very surprised indeed not to see it. But we will see the Breastplate of Valor coming out from old Kronos.
Gold Fury getting started up once again by London. Last time we saw this go the way of Dig because of the rotations in, and there's Variety once again. Perfect poke as well.
Soggy's dead.
Oh my god!
So is Aero.
Aero doesn't have B tier. He's in a choke. Yeah, there it was, Bart. Taunting to the Serpent.
That looked easy.
It did look easy.
It was like, oh, well, we just hit him with Cudgel and the Tornadoes, and he dies, right? Yeah. Miller's Premier 2, double tap.
I almost want to say it was smart of Aero not to beats there, because it just would have been the cooldown. He was not escaping from that. Even if he beats the taunt, he was probably going to get hit. And another big win for Dig. They're going to take a 3-for-0 engagement plus the Gold Fury.
17 minutes elapsed into this bad boy, 10-5 in favor of Team Dignitas. They'll take a even bigger lead now, about 6K, going to be up to maybe 7 or 8 as they take down the Tier 1 and potentially the Tier 2 as well. You see Rens moving forward to proxy farm that wave. No, they're going to let it go as they're going to respect that counter initiation from Sylvanus. EmilZy's Wrath of Terra is still up. No other major map objectives can be taken here by Dignitas, so they'll just settle for some farm in the jungle and pull just a bit more ahead. Let's go to the graphs here. Take a look as it's 8,700 experience and 6,500 gold in favor of the black and yellow.
A lot of that having to do with Variety being 3 levels ahead of Zashu, FrostiaK 3 levels ahead of Sandal. Perhaps commentary curse from me as well, as those were the 2 people I was looking towards at the beginning of the game, and those are the 2 people that are behind the most. You see that Breastplate of Valor's coming out, Bart?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Breastplate of Valor going to Kronos. But it's too little too late.
It might be.
No,
yeah.
It is.
I mean, especially
it's a 3-level
considering
disadvantage.
The 2 points of physical damage that will be hitting him are the people that aren't going to carry the game. By the time this comes on and he starts putting himself in a position where he can start fighting again, Freya's going to outbox him cleanly.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And Jotun's Wrath already done from some Wukong. You know, he's going to have Cudgel back up enough to really mitigate the mitigation, right? You know, he'll lose out on 30% of his damage, but he'll have, you know, twice as many Cudgels, so it'll be just fine.
Still 5 kills ahead. Fire Giant's still available, and at this point, London can't even try to sneak it. They have 0 chance of taking this away from a Spirit of the Nine Winds. It will not happen. Kukuklkan will guarantee that. They have to kill Kukuklkan first, and if he's alive, they have no chance of making the comeback. One of the strengths of Kukuklkan right now is the fact that you can't do objectives against him. He wins that engagement.
Yeah, objective secure is one of the major strengths of this god.
Actually, can we hover on Spirit of the Nine Winds here just to show the damage? Because I'm sure it's going to be coming very soon.
Yeah, Zashu's going to rewind. Yeah, 800 plus 120% scaling on the top end there.
And, you know, look at the build. Book of Thoth, Pen Boots, Spears coming. He has a lot of damage.
But, I mean, you saw 800 plus 120. And then, just for a moment, we hovered over Defender of Olympus, which, you know, Athena, why not?
750
why not
plus
750
90?
With 90%? You know, it's a Guardian. It's like a mage, kind of. 50 less base damage.
You sound upset, Bart.
No, I'm just pointing out a strange inconsistency in the balance.
Don't you help with balance? Isn't that like your job?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Sobek, though, also scales. And does that much damage. Zashu, no rewind this time for your boy, but the taunt applied a little bit prematurely.
FrostiaK took a lot there. No, final shot will not hit him. Shaggy and Rens.
Oh, man fight. And this is where it gets dangerous.
He missed 1. He missed 2.
Well, there. That's the life.
Got him.
Now he's dead.
I like that. Shaggy's like, he won't fight me again.
No way. Oh, yeah, no way he'll fight me again. I'll just come up and die. Oh, damn. Shaggyshenk, you know, maybe the steepest decline of any hunter in the last, I mean, a year ago, 18 months ago, he was like the rising star.
No, it was a year.
The player to look at in Europe.
Yeah. You know, he had maybe even a weak duo lane, though. Princess Tomato considered by many to be one of the, if not the weakest player in Europe at the time, going up with one of the best hunters. Shaggyshenk having an incredible support now, but, I mean, nothing's going to stop you from dying to Freya, right? Like, it's Freya. It's what she does.
Dignitas going to take a 20-minute Fire Giant here.
Yeah,
Standard good timing. They're going to throw FrostiaK up into the air.
I love that.
Just to spot out. He sees no one on the map.
And he's just like, you guys got that. I'll take these mid camps.
It's free, boys. We'll
I love that. I love that play. Good min-max, good use of the ultimate. Use it as almost like a UAV from Call of Duty.
Oof. Jeez.
UAV online.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Now you got to do it in the Russian voice.
Huh?
You got to do it in the Russian voice.
What? You did it.
What?
You're the one that said it and brought it up.
Yeah, but now you have to. It's commentary. You have to do it together.
No.
Hashtag in the chat. Bart Russian voice. It's very important.
Yeah. The most important thing today.
Yeah.
Russian voices and cool cats. That's all we got.
There goes the chat now.
I know, I did it. Yeah. Fire Giant buff. Tier 2 towers. They
This
go together like peanut butter and chocolate.
I love peanut butter and chocolate.
Do you?
You're triggering me. 1,500 gold added to the coffers here. Zayden to the graphs. It's only going to get worse, Bart.
The slide has begun.
It's only going to get worse. It's another 1,500 in the mid lane coming at you in just a second here. It looks like this time, though, London Conspiracy is going to try to hold this one off. We'll look at Golden Hand to see how much of this lead is not... Oh, no, most of this is already spent.
Yeah, most of it's spent. Yeah, only about, what, 4,000 gold or so.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less represented on the side.
That's
of Dignitas
harsh.
in hand.
This is 100% now on Aphrodite. She has to have an absolutely perfect engagement, otherwise it's over. But there's 2 weakening curses on this side. Again, they picked 2 major healers. I don't see this. I don't see this working out for them.
EmilZy taunted in. Oh, Zashu got clipped on the backside of that.
Rewind the
Rewind
damage
down.
out. Yeah.
And now here comes a great Thor initiation here to hold all 4 back behind the tower. SoggySandal just looking for the Ragnarok on anybody he can. Birds not going to be enough to kill off the Thor. Tornado will be enough to kill off the SoggySandal. However, Tier 2 will be conceded now by London Conspiracy. Dignitas will take that one away. They did lose quite a bit of HP for it, but percentage regen from the Fire Giant buff means they can continue on to the left side.
I would like to really see them do the left Tier 2 and then do the Gold Fury. Or they could just go for the Gold Fury and play it as safely as possible. It looks like they're even trying to bait here, but no one is going to fall for this.
No, Gold Fury going to freely go back to Dignitas. And this one's looking like it's going to turn into one of those 20,000 gold advantage types games.
We're getting pretty close. Let's go back to the graphs and bring up the golden hand so you can see exactly what's about to happen. Everyone about 2K right now, so about 10,000 gold in the hand. This is a lot of trouble for London Conspiracy. I don't quite see comeback potential here without Team Dignitas making some pretty insane mistakes, considering the fact that there's only 1 level 20 and that experience difference is that big.
Whole mess of penetration picked up by Thor here. Brawler's beat stick and working on Titan's Bane as well now.
I really like the beat stick. Again, I mean, look at all the healing possibilities. Kronos has healing with his Accelerate, right? Seething Howl is going to add a lot of lifesteal. Aphrodite, of course, Lovebirds, Wisps coming out from the Sylvanus. Everybody on this team is healing in one way or another. So for there to be 2 weakening curses, a Brawler's Beat Stick, and still a possible Divine Ruin, as you see the tiny trinket available.
Nah, Pythax.
It's possible. Pythax, you say? You're trying to increase that Freya damage?
The Freya and well, I think it'll be Pythax on the Freya.
Oh, so I was looking at Kukuklkan.
Kukuklkan will be going for the route to Hootie.
That's not what that builds into.
Yeah, it is.
No, tiny trinket.
He's got the Lost Artifact, buddy.
Oh, I'm looking at the tiny trinket.
Yeah, you're looking at the Freya who's going to be building a Pythagorean.
Nope, tiny trinket.
Or the tiny trinket. Oh, his tiny trinket. Oh, they all got tiny trinkets.
He sold it. Damn it.
The finish off is route to Hootie. So I was right, Brandon. Thank you very much.
It did direct. Yeah, right. Tiny trinket built
he was going to sell the tiny trinket because Freya's building the Pythax.
Yes.
Duh.
But I wanted the Divine Ruin. But somehow that tiny trinket wound up building it to Rada Tahuti. Even when Bart's incorrect, he's correct. It's the worst.
The world helping me out, man. Every once in a while you get one for free.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
You always
I throw
wind up
$10
back
out the
in
window and George walks up with it in hand. I've seen that episode, Brandon.
Good times.
Yeah, you can't fool me.
Good times. You're not old enough to watch Seinfeld.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you look like you are.
There you go. I've seen every episode. I have won a Seinfeld trivia before.
Really?
I have.
At Battle and Brew, though?
No.
Because that's the real trivia. Those guys, man. They went to like whole odds and ends. Like I went for mythology night. I didn't get half of the questions right, and they were almost all about Smite.
No one ever accused you of being real smart, Brandon.
Oh, come on, man. You don't got to do that. You don't got to do
saying.
that.
I'm just saying.
25 minutes in, Fire Giant coming back up in about 18 seconds. Dig has complete control of the map here. No Phoenix is down for London, so that's a win, but I mean, you can still see a 15,000 gold difference at 25 minutes is not something usually that teams come back from.
No. No, indeed. Second Fire Giant going to be going the way of Dignitas as well. London Conspiracy unhappily 4-man farming their back camps.
Yeah. I think that's kind of where we're at right now.
4-man farming back camps?
Yeah.
No, we're at Atlanta.
No, actually, we're in Alpharetta.
That's true. We're north. We're north of Atlanta,
We're north
for those of you wondering at home.
We're north of Atlanta.
Dignitas.
I learned that this month.
This one all over, but the holding of the W's and the left clicks, really. It seems like it's a really likely an insurmountable.
And what are they going to do when Kukuklkan puts a tornado down and like their carries stand inside of it and say, we're going to kill your tower now? What is Variety doing?
Waving and clapping and jumping in Phoenix range.
My God.
It's not like it stacks damage or anything.
If he winds up taking like 100,
okay,
no, he's already back to full.
Blinked forward there.
And nothing came of it at all. In
just
fact,
positioning, I guess. He thought the push was a little faster. And now he's in a tough spot zoned out by the tornado.
Blink in.
Yeah, and that means Frezzy's preemptive into the taunt, get pumped the gumballs into aero, force out Undying Love when they weren't really initiating.
I would have liked to see the beads before the damage. He tried to wait that out.
Right? They forced Undying Love without fully committing there. So now they can feel very, very comfortable with the Fire Giant buff sieging this Phoenix for...
Because at this point, they just have a taunt go in and just throw the Serpent down. And if it hits, good. If it doesn't, they still get the Phoenix.
Phoenix, the gumball's doing some work now.
Variety off the mark there, no stun. SoggySandal going to try to keep Variety locked down underneath this Phoenix for as long as possible. He gets up into the ult though.
Again. Son Wukong's deep in the base. Didn't find what he was looking for. Now will ult in as the Phoenix does go down. That's it took a long time though for Dignitas. Good little bit of the Fire Giant buff wasted there by London Conspiracy. But now they're going to have to do the whole same thing all over again in the mid lane.
Right, I mean, they still have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the buff. I don't think they're too worried.
No, they have plenty of time.
So Arrow's Undying Love should be coming back.
It's back.
Yep. With that, they have a chance once again. I want to see the beads usage this time. I don't want to see the Undying Love if he gets taunted. He needs to save that for his teammate. And while I 100% agree that they need to keep that link together, they need to be on separate sides so they don't both get pulled. It should never be Afro plus.
Biggest issue here is actually doing the damage to the Phoenix or Team Dignitas.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a direct hunter. There's no Polynomicons on the board either for the 2 mage carries. They're kind of just waiting for these Freya cooldowns.
Tried to get everybody. And now will take quite a bit of damage for his trouble. Throws out a weakening curse as well, just to try to prevent what he thought was going to be more follow-up.
Variety actually getting a big hit that time. SoggySandal going to be forced back 4, still trying to hold against 5.
Xbalanque back in the base now.
Don't break that
Phoenix
link.
Still fine.
They broke it.
Does that make you mad?
Yes.
Why?
Because the Kiss was already on cooldown. Had they rushed in there, Xbalanque wouldn't have had healing or Undying Love. And they need him alive. SoggySandal's gone.
No, they lose Undying Love on a SoggySandal there. Nice reprioritization by Aero, but was it worth it to keep Ragnarok up? They'll try to get FrostiaK in there, but he'll kill SoggySandal on the way out and not die himself.
Look at this.
The Spirit of the Nine Winds does not find the kill. Zashu now, though, finds himself between multiple members of Team Dignitas and London Conspiracy. 2 members now down. It's a 3v5, 2 Phoenixes on the ground as well. And Dignitas knocking on the door of the 3rd Phoenix here.
And Fire Giant's still available for about 45 seconds. Can they close it out? Hard to say, but they're in a good spot.
Titan already under 10K.
Here come the Fire Minions.
Going down. Now the Titan going to be under 8K.
They're committing to this.
Yeah, I think they can just rush it down. I don't think they need the kills at all.
They're going to get one.
Yeah, with Rens taking down EmilZy, that's a lot of their control gone. Titan now down to 5K HP, and they can just burst this before Team Dignitas can... before London Conspiracy can stop Dignitas. The Freya and the Thor should have just the banish and the stun, much less Kukuklkan's tornadoes. Yep. And there it is. Down will fall the Titan. Team Dignitas finds their 3rd win this season. An important win.
And I didn't expect that. I mean, obviously the Wukong very strong, but the Kukuklkan coming out was very strange, but they used it perfectly.
They did great, yeah.
I think this is a good lesson for all teams out there. Just because a character isn't like the strongest in the meta doesn't mean that character might not have a place.
Pick what you're good at.
Pick what you're good at, and they use the character well. They didn't just pick Kukuklkan because, hey, they picked it for objective control. They picked it for big burst combos with the Athena like we saw. They made it look easy.
They did it really well. Yeah, I mean, like, pick what you're good at unless you're not good at some Wukong, in which case you need to practice some Wukong.
This was just non-stop. Like, FrostiaK just constantly just rushing Zashu over and over.
Twice they found Zashu trying to farm here, and then they were just like, okay, well, we'll just let him rewind. He's going to just go back to where we are.
To be fair, I think the second time he got out.
The third time. Oh, yeah, the second time he got out, the third time he died.
Third time he died. And that was the bad one because they rotate Thor semi-global, and then they actually send Variety to the other side of the map with a teleport.
That's right. iRens taking player of the game this time around on that side of Wukong. No, he was the Freya.
He was the Freya indeed. Yep.
5-0-1 for iRens.
I mean, no deaths as a Freya. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Also,
high kills,
5 kills
low
with 1 assist. I mean, a lot of 1v1ing of the Xbalanque. Shaggyshenk. He got beat pretty soundly.
And right there, one of my favorite things when you're watching a Freya play is he doesn't just go boom, 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 boom with the ult, right? He's not trying to do the old boss rooting. He's just looking for the slow, gentle hits, making sure that they're not going to juke super hard. You're not spamming it all over the place. You don't want to spray and pray. You need to control those shots. You have a few seconds in the air. You got to use them.
Yeah, nothing too fancy out of iRens here. Just solid, consistent Freya play.
That final hit from the
and a lot of reason why we always kind of talk about like, oh well, Freya, like, is she really that good? And it's games like this that really are why she's picked so often. Very, very consistent. If you get the right items and you get the timings, you just are so hard to itemize against, really.
Alpha Draft, top performers for the game. I imagine a lot of which are going to be belonging to the boys of Team Dignitas.
Variety, ShadowNightmare, FrostiaK, FrezzOO, and iRens. Not only does that make a Dignitas, it also makes your top 5 performers of this game. Alpha Draft, showing you the way.
London Conspiracy has a chance for comeback here.
Sure.
Splitting this game wouldn't be too bad for them, considering the fact that with 6 teams going to land now, it's not going to be as hard to make it from the position that they're in, but they have to maintain as much power as possible.
It
Giving
also
another
moves their
kill.
6-6 to potentially a 7-7.
Oh, that's true.
Keep the streak alive.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, it's not about a loss here, because a loss I don't think is too bad. It's about giving Dignitas a win, because when this team starts to get going and they get on that roller coaster, they tend to ride that wave super hard.
Okay, well, let's go to the P's and B's and see how it goes down.